You're tuned to Arrow FM, your local community access radio station. The time now is 8 o'clock, time for another hour of the great music that came out in the 1960s with the 60s Nostalgia Show. The 60s Nostalgia Show is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Cotter and Stevens have been around in the Wairarapa for a really long time and have been electrical contractors, both private and commercial, and they also are experts around the dairy shed. Anything to do with milking plant, they are the De Laval agents down this way, and they also know lots about effluent systems, what best is for your farm, and anything around the cowshed they're great at. Nothing really planned for the show tonight. There are a couple of milestones to mark, and I've also had a call already from Di, who's up in Rotorua with her daughter, and she's put in a request. I'll keep digging around for it, Di. With a bit of luck, I'll find the song that you wanted. If not, I'll find a substitute. But if you want to hear a particular song, artist or band, just give us a ring here on 378 0255, 378 0255, and I'll see if I can dig it out for you. Opening up the show tonight, there the Bee Gees and Massachusetts, and the lights all went out in. The lights all went out in Massachusetts. Reminds me of Auckland today with the trains. Had a bit of a problem with the switching points or whatever those things are, and it put down the whole the whole rail network up in Auckland. So don't you just love it when that happens to Aucklanders?
When I see my baby, what do I see? Poetry, poetry in motion. Poetry in motion, walking by my side. Her lovely locomotion keeps my eyes open wide. Poetry in motion, see her gentle sway, or wave out on the ocean. Could never move that way. I love every movement. There's nothing I would change. She doesn't need improvement. She's much too nice to rearrange. Poetry in motion, dancing close to me, a flower of devotion for all the world to see. Oh, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Poetry in motion, see her gentle sway, or wave out on the ocean. Could never move that way. I love every movement. There's nothing I would change. She doesn't need improvement. She's much too nice to rearrange. Poetry in motion, all that I adore. No number 9 love potion could make me love her more. Whoa, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Johnny Tillotson there, and Poetry in Motion from the early 1960s. Still hunting around Di, haven't found that track yet, but here's one that might be, and of course, a substitute. You wanted something summery, and this is certainly summery. The Beach Boys and Surfing Safari.
Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari with me. Early in the morning we'll be starting out. Some honeys will be coming along. We're loading up our woody with their boards inside and heading out singing our song. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come on along, surf, baby, wait and see. Yeah, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari. Huntington and Malibu, they're shooting the pier. In Rincon, they're walking the nose. We're going on safari to the islands this year, so if you're coming, get ready to go. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Come on, surf, baby, wait and see. Yeah, I'm gonna take you surfing with me. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. Come on a safari with me. Come on a safari. They're angling in Laguna and Sarasoo. They're kicking out in Doheny too. I tell you, surfing's running wild. It's getting bigger every day, from Hawaii to the shores of Peru. Come on, baby, wait and see. Yes, I'm
Beach Boys there and Surf and Safari. Righto, Di, I've spotted a song I think that you'll quite like. It is Cliff Richard and Summer Holiday, and we'll play that one straight after this track from the Grassroots.
Don't bother crying, don't bother crawling, it's all over now, no use in stalling. The love I once felt, I don't feel anymore for you. This time I'll even open the door for you. You walked out when I was down, well now I'm well off, and look who's coming round. Where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I wanted you? Where were you when I needed you? Where? Oh, you're looking good. It's hard to fight it, but no use explaining. I've already decided that living with you, it's worse than without you. I won't spend a lifetime all worrying about you. All things got rough and you disappeared. Now I'm back on my feet, but look who's standing there. Where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I wanted you? Where were you when I needed you? Where? Oh, you were so young and you were so wild. I knew you were nobody's innocent child. That first day I saw you, you really got to me. I thought I could change you. What good did it do me? All things got rough and you wouldn't wait. Now you're tripping back, but babe, it's too late. Where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I wanted you? Where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I needed you? Where were you when I wanted you? Where were you when I needed you?
We're all going on a summer holiday. No more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on our summer holiday. No more worries for me or you for a week or two. We're going where the sun shines brightly. We're going where the sea is blue. We've seen it in the movies. Now let's see if it's true. Everybody has a summer holiday, doing things they always wanted to. So we're going on a summer holiday to make our dreams come true for me and you. We're going where the sun shines brightly. We're going where the sea is blue. We've seen it in the movies. Now let's see if it's true. Everybody has a summer holiday, doing things they always wanted to. So we're going on a summer holiday to make our dreams come true.
Cliff Richard there, and the theme to one of his movies in the early 1960s, A Summer Holiday. Right, let's have a look at a couple of milestones. And on this day in 1960, the original cast recording of The Sound of Music starts a 16-week chart-topping run on the US album charts. And if you're also interested in this, in 1931 on this day, Stig Anderson, the ABBA manager, songwriter and producer, was born. On this day in 1967, the Beatles do a last-minute remix of Penny Lane before the pressing of their next double A-sided single, Strawberry Fields Forever and Penny Lane. Both songs were originally intended for the forthcoming album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, but of course they decided that they hadn't put anything out for a while, so they put those two songs out as a single. And talking of Strawberry Fields, on this day in 1985, Yoko Ono donated £250,000 to the Liverpool Old People's Home, Strawberry Fields. And a little bit of nonsense. In 1971, Grace Slick of Jefferson Airplane gives birth to a daughter, naming her God, although she was later renamed China. So that daughter has had all the fun, hasn't she? All right, here's the Beatles and Penny Lane.
Penny Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to know, and all the people that come and go stop and say hello. On the corner is a banker with a motor car, the little children laugh at him behind his back, and the banker never wears a mac in the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back in Penny Lane there is a fireman on an hourglass, and in his pocket is a portrait of a queen. He likes to keep his fire engine clean. It's a clean machine. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. For a fish and finger pies in summer, meanwhile back behind the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, the pretty nurse is selling poppies from a tray, and though she feels as if she's in a play, she is anyway. Penny Lane, the barber shaves another customer. We see the banker sitting waiting for a trim, and then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies, I sit and meanwhile back. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes.
sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window, but chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset time. Waterloo sunset Terry meets Julie, Waterloo Station, every Friday night. But I am so lazy, don't want to wander, I stay at home at night. But I don't feel afraid, as long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise. Every day I look at the world from my window, but chilly, chilly is the evening time. Waterloo sunset's fine. Waterloo sunset's fine. Millions of people swarming like flies round Waterloo Underground. But Terry and Julie cross over the river where they feel safe and sound. And they don't need no friends, as long as they gaze on Waterloo sunset, they are in paradise. Waterloo sunset's
The Kinks there, and their classic Waterloo Sunset, and prior to that we had, I've got no idea what we had. I got called on the phone. Anyway, prior to that we had a song, and all that brought the time to 24 minutes after 8 o'clock here on Arrow FM, and you're listening to the 60s Nostalgia Show, which is kindly sponsored by Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough. Next up we've got Bruce Chanel.
I'm gonna make her mine, all mine. Hey, hey, baby, I wanna know if you'll be my girl. When you turned and walked away, that's when I wanna say, come on, baby, give me your word. I wanna know if you'll be my girl. Hey, baby, I wanna know if you'll be my girl. When you turned and walked away, that's when I wanna say, come on, baby, give me your word. I wanna know if you'll be my girl. Hey,
Now, I know this next song was put out in the 1970s, but there is a 60s link to it. In 1975, the Carpenters were at number one on the US single chart with their version of the Marvelettes' 1961 hit, Please Mr. Postman, and that was on this day in 1975. And of course, the Carpenters, a great act, particularly in the 1970s, led by the beautiful voice of Karen Carpenter, who died so young. She died on the 4th of February 1983, aged 32. Also on this day in 1986, Albert Grossman died of a heart attack while flying on the Concorde from New York to London. As well as managing Bob Dylan between 1962 and 1970, he also managed Peter, Paul and Mary, the band, Janis Joplin and Todd Rundgren. Grossman built the Bearsville recording studio near Woodstock in 1969. A year later, founded Bearville's Records. So I think after the Carpenters track, we might have a track from Dylan.
Stop, whoa, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. Please, Mr. Postman, look and see. Oh, yeah.
Postman, look and see if there's a letter for me. I've been standing here waiting, Mr. Postman, so patiently for just a card or just a letter saying he's returning home to me, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah, please, please, Mr. Postman. Whoa, yeah. So many days you passed me by. I see the tears standing in my eyes. You didn't stop to make me feel better by leaving me a card or a letter, Mr. Postman. Whoa, yeah. Please, Mr. Postman. Why don't you check it and see one more time for me? You gotta wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Ooh, Mr. Postman. Come on, deliver the letter. The sooner the better. Mr. Postman.
The Carpenters here and Please Mr. Postman. All right, the Bob Dylan track I've picked comes from, I think it was his second album that came out in 1964, the album called Another Side of Bob Dylan, and this is a really clever song, the song called Motorcycle Nightmare.
I pounded on a farmhouse looking for a place to stay. I was mighty, mighty tired. I'd come a long, long way. I said, hey, hey in there, is there anybody home? was standing on the steps, feeling most alone. When out comes a farmer, he must have thought that I was nuts. He immediately looked at me and stuck a gun into my guts. I fell down to my bended knees, saying, I dig farmers, don't shoot me, please. He cocked his rifle and began to shout, are you that traveling salesman that I have heard about? I said, no, 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 I'm a doctor and it's true. I'm a clean-cut kid and I've been to college too. Then comes his daughter, whose name was Rita. She looked like she stepped out of La Dolce Vita. I immediately tried to cool it with her dad and told him what a nice, pretty farm he had. He said, what do doctors know about farms, pray tell? I said, I was born at the bottom of a wishing well. Well, by the dirt beneath my nails, I guess he knew I wouldn't lie. He said, I guess you're tired. He said it kind of sly. I said, yes, 10,000 miles today I drove. He said, I got a bed for you underneath this stove. Just one condition, you can go to sleep right now, that you don't touch my daughter and in the morning milk the cows. I was sleeping like a rat when I heard something jerking. There stood Rita looking just like Tony Perkins. She said, would you like to take a shower? I'll show you up to the door. I said, oh no, no, I've been through this movie before. I knew I had to split, but I did not know how. When she said, would you like to take that shower now? Well, I couldn't leave unless the old man chased me out, 'cause I'd already promised that I'd milk his cows. I had to say something to strike him very weird, so I yelled, I like Fidel Castro and his beard. Rita looked offended, but she got out of the way as he came charging down the stairs saying, what's that I heard you say? I said, I like Fidel Castro, I think you heard me right. Then I ducked as he swung at me with all his might. Rita mumbled something about her mother on the hill as his fist had hit the icebox. He said he's gonna kill me if I don't get out the door in 2 seconds flat. You unpatriotic, rotten Dr. Commie Rat. Well, he threw a Reader's Digest at my head and I did run. I did a somersault as I seen him get his gun and crashed through the window at 100 miles an hour and landed fully blast in his garden flowers. Rita said, come back, and he started to load. The sun was coming up and I was running down the road. Well, I don't figure I'll be back there for a spell, even though Rita moved away and got a job at a motel. He still waits for me, constant on the sly. He wants to turn me into the FBI. Me, I romp and stomping, thankful as I romp. Without freedom of speech, I might be in the swamp.
Oh, the lyrics in that song are absolutely brilliant. Bob Dylan there and Motor Psycho Nightmare. Next up, Spanky and Our Gang.
Now I wake up Sunday morning
ashes as I feel the embers die. No longer can I walk these paths, for they have changed. I must be on, the sun is gone, and I think it's gonna rain. Sunday will never be the same. I lost my Sunday song, he'll not be back again. I remember children feeding flocks of pigeons. I remember sunshine and you were mine. Sunday will never be the same. I've lost my Sunday song, he'll not be back again. Sunday will never be the same. Sunday will never be the same. Sunday will never be the same.
Spanky and our gang, and Sunday will never be the same. Right, time for the last milestone, and on this day in 2001, the millionaire pop impresario Jonathan King is charged with a further 10 offences of sexually abusing children dating back to the 1970s, and he was granted bail. Of course, Jonathan King had a big hit in 1965, which we're going to play shortly. Everyone's Gone to the Moon. He also had several hits in the 1970s as well. One of the other things he's famous for was he was the guy who discovered Genesis in the late 1960s. So in September 2001, he was convicted of a child sex abuse and sentenced, get that right, Dave, sentenced to 7 years in prison, and he was released on parole in 2005. Other allegations and emerged in a new trial started in June 2017, but was stopped after 2.5 weeks, and the jury discharged, so no charges or sentences from that. From what I can recall, Jonathan King had quite a privileged upbringing in the UK. I seem to recall seeing a picture of a mansion-type house was where he was brought up. He went to boarding school, and obviously that may have helped him kickstart his money ways, but he obviously was also very clever businessman. So in 1965 he wrote this song, Everyone's Gone to the Moon.
Streets full of people, all alone. Roads full of houses, never home. Church full of singing, out of tune. Everyone's gone to the moon. Eyes full of sorrow, never wet. Hands full of money, all in debt. Sun coming out in Miles full of motors, painted green. Mouths full of chocolate, covered cream. Arms that can only lift a spoon. Everyone's gone to the moon. Everyone's gone to the moon. Everyone's gone to the moon.
Long distance information, give me Memphis,
Tennessee. Help me find the party there who got in touch with me. She could not leave a number, but I know who placed the call. The phone boy took the message and he wrote it on the wall. Help me information, get in touch with my Marie. She's the only one who phoned me here from Memphis, Tennessee. Her home is on the south side, high up on a bridge, just a half a mile from the Mississippi Bridge. Help me information, more than that I cannot add. Only that I miss her and all the fun we had. But we were pulled apart because our mom did not agree. Tore apart our happy home in Memphis, Tennessee. Help me information, more than that I cannot add. Only that I miss her and all the fun we had. But we were pulled apart because our mom did not agree. Tore apart our happy home in Memphis, Tennessee. Last time I saw Marie, she's waving me goodbye. With hurry home drops on her cheek that trickle from her eye. Marie is only 6 years old. Information, please. Try to put me through to her in Memphis, Tennessee.
From 1963, there, Mike Berry and his version of Memphis, Tennessee. And apologies for the quick start there. When I was queuing that up, I must have bumped the button and it was on 45. So I'll confess to that. I'll say it was not a recording accident. Let's see, it's 14 minutes to 9 o'clock time now for the Outsiders.
Can't wait forever, even though he want me to. I can't wait forever to know if you'll be true. Time won't let me. Time won't let me. Time won't let me. Wait that long. Can't he see I've waited too long to love you, to hold you in my arms? Time won't let me. Time won't let me. Time won't let me.
The Outsiders there, and Time Won't Let Me, and a great song. That one, and I think from memory that was the only hit that they had. Right, next up we've got Manfred Mann and Pretty Flamingo.
She walks, she moves so fine, like a flamingo. Crimson dress that clings so tight, she's out of reach and out of sight. When she walks by, she brightens up the neighborhood. Oh, every if she just would. Some sweet day I'll make her mine, pretty flamingo. Then every guy will envy me, 'cause paradise is where I'll be. If she just would. Some sweet day I'll make her mine, pretty flamingo. Then every guy will envy me, 'cause paradise is where I'll be. Sha-la-la, la-la-la-la, pretty flamingo. Someday I'll make her mine.
Manfred Mann there and Pretty Flamingo. And just a reminder, Manfred Mann are coming to Wellington early April, and I must get on and book my ticket. Right, coming up to 7 minutes to 9 o'clock. And I think we've got time for one more. We might play Joe South and the games that people play.
What to say now, never saying what they mean, while they while away the hours in their ivory towers, till they're covered up with flowers in the back of a black limousine. Whoa, la da 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 da, talking about you and me and the games people play now. Whoa, we make one another cry, break our heart and we say goodbye, cross our hearts and we hope to die that the other was to blame. Whoa, but neither one will ever give in. So we gaze on an 8x10, thinking about the things that might have been, and it's a dirty rotten shame. Whoa, la da 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 da, la da 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 da, talking about you and me and the game people play now. Oh, walking up to you, singing glory, hallelujah. And they try to sock it to you in the name of the Lord. They're gonna teach you how to meditate, read your horoscope, cheat your fate, and furthermore to hell with hate. Come on, get on board. Oh, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Talking about you and me, the game people play. Now wait a minute, look around, tell me what you see. What's happening to you and me? God grant me the serenity to just remember who I am. Oh, cause you're giving up your sanity for your pride and your vanity. Turn your back on humanity. Oh, and you don't give a I keep on talking about you and me, brother, and the game people play now. Talking about you and me, oh, and the game people play. I wonder, can you come out and play? Oh, in the morning. Yeah.
Joe South there, and the games people. Oh, the games that people play. And Joe South, a brilliant songwriter and also record producer and guitarist. He was actually the guy who produced in the sort of early to mid 1960s the hit for Billy Joe Royal called Down in the Boondocks, and that is included in a tremendous album. Actually, I might bring it down next week as the feature LP, and that was Down in the Boondocks. But Joe South wrote a whole lot of songs and appeared as a session man on a lot of songs as well. Anyway, that brought to an end another edition of the 60s Nostalgia Show, which was first broadcast all over the wonderful Wairarapa on Arrow FM 92.7 and brought to you with the kind sponsorship of Cotter and Stevens, the electrical contractors down in Jellicoe Street in Martinborough.